Hey everybody, NJ Sullivan here. Welcome back to my vlog thing, A Journey into Sound. I did not record one of these for last Friday, so it's been a little while since I've done one. Last Wednesday, I believe, was the last one that came out. So this one is for Monday. Oh, it's been a lovely weekend. Celosia and I went fishing for the first time this year this weekend, just today. So if I look kind of scummy and sweaty and dirty, it's because I was out in the sun. I do wear sunscreen and I wear a broad-brimmed hat and yada yada yada. I take care of myself and protect myself from the sun, but you still get gross, no matter what you do. We like fishing. It's one of our outdoor activities. It gets us out and exploring this beautiful state we live in, and a chance to be out near water, and we almost never catch fish. We almost never even get a bite, but that's not the point. The point is to be out near the water and exploring, and for me to enjoy that, my brain needs something to do, and fishing is one of the somethings. We also do bird watching, and I do photography. So my brain needs those things, otherwise I just sit there bored wondering why the hell I'm there. So that's what we did today. It was a lovely day and a lovely weekend, just in general. It was a very, very nice weekend and a quiet, fairly calm weekend. Did a bunch of cooking. We do meal prep, so did a bunch of cooking yesterday. Gonna be doing some more tonight. And I enjoy that as well, so that's fun for me. It's been good. It's been good. It's been quiet. It's been calm. Slowly but surely working away on needs must when the devil drives. Getting all that settled and set up and working on the script a little bit at a time. Sitting there with my laptop on my lap. Typing away going, who wrote that line? That line is crap. Oh crap, I wrote that line. Oh no. And, the normal things that you do. And yeah, it's been good. It's been good since last Wednesday, the last time I talked to you guys. We were driving this weekend, and I was kind of talking through some stuff with Celosia and kind of like, doing kind of a self-check and a little bit of introspection. I like to do it. It's good for your mental health. Figure out not just what you're doing, but why you're doing what you're doing and why you feel the way you do about certain things. And we were talking about creative communities, to use a very, very large umbrella term, but like writing communities and horror community and, music communities, excuse me, and all that sort of thing. And I was kind of trying to get to the bottom of why I'm a bit bitter about them and why I've kind of backed away from them over the past few years. And just talking through it with her, kind of trying to figure it out. Like, where did that come from in me? Because, I'm an inclusive person. I like to include people. I like to be included. So what kind of drove me to not want that, or not want that in that specific realm? And what ended up coming out of my mouth when I was trying to explain it was, any community you join will expect you to conform completely, and every label you put on yourself has already been defined by someone else, and you will be expected to fit their definition. And there are going to be people who say, oh, that's not true, but it is. It absolutely is. It is in every facet of your life. That's, the whole reason that there's a such thing as the no true Scotsman fallacy. And every community gatekeeps to a degree. And in some cases, that's a good thing. In some cases, if you're in a horror community, and that community is centered around the genre of horror, well, you should have some interest in horror if you're in that community. Is that really gatekeeping? I guess kind of technically, yeah. But there are also things like you will be expected to support everyone. That's one of the big things I see in online creator communities and online writing communities is we all need to support each other. And to a degree, that's true. That's kind of a collective bargaining thing, honestly. But I don't want to support every creator on the internet. I don't want to support every audio drama producer. There are some that I actively dislike. And am I the bad guy for not supporting people who I dislike or whose work I dislike? There are people in these communities who will say, absolutely, yes, you are the bad guy. We should all support each other. And it's a very kumbaya thing. And it's a very false positivity. And I figured out, or I learned, I should say, when I gave up writing and went into gave up print, I should say, and went into audio drama production, that this writing community that is all about we support our fellow writers and we support our fellow creators vanished when I made the switch from print to audio. It wasn't about supporting other writers, it was about supporting other novelists. And that was my first real experience with that, was when that happened. And that was a few years ago now. And you see it all the time with people, drama within different creative communities. And people trying to dictate to others what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. And I just came to the realization that I don't support that. I don't support people who dictate terms to other people. It's no creative's right. Sorry, the wind's blowing something against the microphone here. Let me see if I can fix that. There, that should be better. But I don't support people who try and dictate terms to other creatives. I support telling your story the way you want to. Telling the story you want to tell the way you want to tell it. And there are a lot of people who will tell other people they're wrong in these communities. And gatekeep and dictate terms, and sometimes it's even a little bit more nefarious than that, because they won't do it openly and outwardly. It's more subtext and shunning and making people feel unwelcome. And there's a lot of it. And the minute you start thinking about it, the minute you start looking at those communities with that in your mind as a possibility, it's everywhere, and it's frustrating and annoying, and it makes people feel excluded for no other reason than they don't fit somebody's predefined definition that isn't any more valid than anybody else's, but they happen to be the loudest, or they have the most followers, or whatever the case may be. And so people side with them. And it doesn't mean they're right. In fact, they're usually not right. They're usually narrow-minded. And I won't accept that. And so that's where it comes from. I have dealt with narrow-minded people and bullies and gatekeepers. I wish I could just say it was my entire adult life, but it's my entire life. And I won't put up with it anymore. And I haven't for years. Nobody else should either. there shouldn't be arguments online about it. The minute you try to dictate terms or try to tell somebody else what their creation is, what their art is, or what it should be, you've already lost. Because you're showing that it only counts when you say it does. And yeah, it took me quite a while, and it took me that conversation with Celosia in the car to come to the realization that that is what bothered me. And that's why I've distanced myself from so many of these communities, and why I don't engage with so many people in these forums, in these public spaces, because I am not going to feed that. I'm not going to feed that system. I'm not going to feed that mindset. I just won't do it. So yeah, that's a pretty heavy one for a vlog. Heavier than I usually get in these things. But yeah, that's my stance on it. I distance myself from it because not everything, because there are a lot of very open and very supportive people, but too much of the conversation is what counts and what doesn't. And too many people feel excluded simply because someone else is dictating the terms. And I'm not going to help them do it, and I'm not going to lend validity to them. So yeah. Okay, all that being said, it's getting about time for me to cook dinner for tonight. So, oh yeah, we're having grilled chicken and red sauce over some egg noodles. It's gonna be good. Hopefully it's gonna be good. I'm cooking it, so I really hope it's good. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me for today. Sorry it got kind of heavy. Actually, no, I'm not, because this is my vlog, and that's gonna be it for now. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye-bye.